So listen, I keep telling y'all, it's some crazy things happening in the world, and it's even crazier people in the world. We're going to check it out. Listen, this video here is some scary photos with chilling details caught on camera. It may creep you out. Let's get to it.
Caitlyn Potts left sister a chilling last message before she disappeared. Caitlyn Potts, a 27-year-old Indigenous woman, vanished under troubling circumstances in late February 2016. Originally from Alberta, Caitlyn was known to those close to her as a bubbly, caring young woman and a devoted mother. Her disappearance from Kelowna, British Columbia, has left her family in anguish, and nearly a decade later, they continue to seek answers. Her mother recently described the pain of her daughter's absence as the most difficult experience of her life, emphasizing the deep love and connection Caitlyn shared with her family. The last known communication from Caitlyn occurred on February 22, 2016. She had messaged her sister and her roommate, stating that she was in Kelowna and had arranged for a ride to Calgary through an ad on Kijiji, a popular classifieds site. Her intention, according to family members, was to reach Edmonton, where her sister was living. Caitlyn had been staying in Enderby, a small town about an hour from Kelowna, where she had been living with a man she had been involved with on and off for the previous 2 years. This man, described by Caitlyn's family as abusive, had a documented history of aggression toward her, including an assault charge in 2014. Text messages suggest Caitlyn was still in contact with him the day she disappeared, reportedly upset over unpaid money. Despite this history, the man later denied being in a relationship with her, publicly distancing himself from her altogether.
Nah, that don't add up. So either one or two things happened. She ran away to try to escape her, and he caught up with her and found her and did something, or he did something and sent that fake text message out to the family, making it seem like she was going to visit her sister. I hope they got him.
Given Caitlyn's sudden disappearance and her vulnerable situation, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police's Major Crimes Unit soon took over the case. Authorities reportedly told the family that the situation was being treated as a serious matter and potentially as a criminal case. However, over time, Caitlyn's family lost confidence in the investigation. They turned to Indigenous organizations for help, seeking broader support and more pressure for answers. In 2017, surveillance footage surfaced showing Caitlyn at a Kelowna shopping mall the day before she was last heard from, but no further developments were made public. Caitlyn's case resonates far beyond her own tragic story. She is one of many missing Indigenous women in Canada, a national crisis that has been the subject of growing awareness and concern. While Kelowna is not directly along the infamous Highway of Tears, the structural and systemic issues that plague that region, such as inadequate access to safe transportation, are relevant here. Caitlyn had reportedly turned to Kijiji for a ride, a choice that may have left her exposed to unknown risks. It is possible that she was targeted by someone posing as a helpful stranger. Alternatively, some believe the ride was never real, and that her disappearance was rooted in the complicated dynamics of her personal life.
That's what I'm going with. Not to say that other outcomes couldn't be possibly true. Not saying that, but the one that seems strong, you're already in a abusive relationship, and then you just turn up missing after some strange text how much you're going to visit your sister. Yeah, that one I'm kind of not buying, but you never know. And that's the thing. If they don't find the body.
Yet despite these theories, no firm answers have emerged, and critical questions remain. Was the ride genuine? If so, why hasn't the individual who offered it come forward? Caitlyn's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the unique vulnerabilities faced by Indigenous women. It also speaks to the urgent need for better services and safe options for women attempting to leave difficult situations. As her loved ones continue their search for the truth, her case stands as a symbol of resilience, unanswered questions, and the enduring impact of systemic neglect. Man attempts to convert the Sentinelese tribe to Christianity. In November 2018, American missionary John Allen Chow set out on a deeply personal and controversial journey. His destination was North Sentinel Island, a remote and heavily restricted area in the Bay of Bengal, home to one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth.
Emphasis on heavily restricted. I don't know what gets inside of us that makes us think that we're, excused from those restrictions, but no, emphasis on heavy restrictions. Those restrictions are there for a reason. Like the keep out sign is there for a reason.
The Sentinelese people. His mission, driven by a strong religious calling, was to share his Christian faith with a community that had lived in isolation for thousands of years. John believed it was his spiritual duty to bring the message of Christianity to the Sentinelese, despite knowing the risks that came with stepping foot on the island. In his writings, John expressed a clear sense of divine calling. He asked whether North Sentinel Island was Satan's last stronghold and felt that the eternal lives of the Sentinelese were in question. He saw the mission as a worthwhile sacrifice, writing passionately about his desire to introduce Jesus to people who had never heard his name. John was not unaware of the dangers. He acknowledged that he might not return, but still pressed forward, believing his efforts were meaningful and necessary. The Sentinelese people are unique in the modern world. As the last
So are they basically saying that he was going to try to force religion? Or was he just going to try to see if they were interested? Like, I'm not understanding what the reasoning behind you going was going to do. You know what I mean? Because if it was to force, and I don't know if that was the case, but if you were to force, that's never a good thing, to try to force it down somebody's throat. Like, and who's to say they don't already practice a religion? You know what I'm saying? That might come off as a disrespect.
The Sentinelese people are unique in the modern world. As the last truly isolationist tribe, they have rejected all attempts at outside contact. While there have been brief and often unintentional encounters in the past, the tribe has made it clear they wish to remain untouched by the outside world. Historical incidents, such as the 1867 shipwreck of an Indian merchant vessel, showed early signs of their desire to defend their isolation. Survivors of that wreck described being attacked after 3 days on the island. The Sentinelese, with their red-painted noses, short hair, and expressive gestures, left a lasting impression on those few who lived to describe the experience. Knowing this history, John still attempted to approach the island. He paid local fishermen over $300 to bring him close. Once within range, the fisherman warned him not to continue, telling him clearly that he might not survive the encounter. Undeterred, John paddled toward the island in a kayak and tried to engage the tribe by singing Bible verses. His attempts were met with silence and occasional laughter. Tribal members responded with high-pitched whistles and grunts, and at one point, a boy fired an arrow that pierced John's Bible. Despite this, he remained hopeful and temporarily retreated.
You remained hopeful, and they're shooting spears at you. Situational awareness is bad right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, situational is horrible, bad. Score of a 0 out of 100. Like, they're shooting spears. They're giggling and laughing at you, like, as if to say, he really is gonna do it. Like, do y'all believe him? Do you see him? Type, like, that's what they was on. And you still, I get it. I get what you're trying to do. But this, for me, this just isn't smart all across the board.
Bible. Despite this, he remained hopeful and temporarily retreated, only to return again. On November 17th, John made his final approach. This time he told the fishermen to leave him behind. As they sailed away, they looked back to see members of the tribe carrying John away. This was the last confirmed sighting of him. In the aftermath, authorities in India opened an investigation, but it was quickly noted that the Sentinelese cannot be prosecuted. It is illegal to attempt contact with the tribe, primarily to protect them from potential illness and disruption. With no immunity to common diseases, even brief exposure could endanger their entire population. For this reason, the Indian government enforces a strict policy of non-interference. Neil MacLeod, who met John during a flight, later reflected on their conversation. He remembered John as a deeply sincere and kind-hearted individual. They spoke about faith and about John's long-term goal of reaching the Sentinelese. According to Neil, John had been preparing for this mission for 3 years. He knew the dangers, but believed strongly in what he was doing. He wasn't pushy or aggressive. Instead, he was warm, engaging, and committed to his beliefs. Neil described John as a real loss, someone whose intentions were sincere, even if the outcome was tragic. Public reaction to John's journey was deeply divided. While some admired his courage and devotion, others were frustrated by what they saw as an avoidable incident. Critics pointed out that John had multiple chances to turn back. Some argued that his mission, though well-intentioned, disregarded the autonomy and safety of the Sentinelese.
That's the side I'm on. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's kind of selfish what you did, if you think about it. Because you say it was about them, but it was actually about you. Because if it was about them, you would have respected the fact that they don't want you bringing a potential disease and affecting their tribe. They don't want that. And they don't want to chance it. So you still doing that despite their wishes and how they feel, it's selfish. You're thinking about you, not them. Oh, it's about them. Oh, it's about them. Is it though? No, I don't think it was.
Mission, though well-intentioned, disregarded the autonomy and safety of the Sentinelese. One online user remarked that the tribe didn't need saving, stating they had lived in harmony with nature and their own beliefs for generations. Beyond the spiritual debate, the Sentinelese themselves continue to intrigue scientists and anthropologists. Despite living in what many would consider primitive conditions, they are remarkably healthy. They exhibit no known genetic disorders, even with a population thought to be quite small. Most isolated populations experience complications over generations due to genetic bottlenecks. However, the Sentinelese show no such signs. After the devastating 2004 tsunami, many assumed the tribe had been wiped out. Yet, they not only survived, but seemed to recover with little difficulty. This resilience has baffled researchers.
So it sounds like to me they almost doing better than us. They're living longer. They're surviving natural disasters better than, huh? And we worried about them? No, we need to be worried about us. Or at least trying to view them from afar to get some pointers. Maybe they got a few lifestyle things that they practice that we can adopt.
Suggests that the Sentinelese may carry strong, dominant genetic traits that shield them from the complications typically seen in small, isolated populations. Some believe their genetic makeup could hold insights into long-lost traits that once aided human survival before the onset of modern civilization. Their ability to recover from natural disasters, avoid disease despite no modern medicine, and maintain physical health over generations raises important questions about human adaptability and biology. John Allen Chow's story is a complex one, part tragedy, part cautionary tale, and part spiritual reflection. His mission was rooted in a profound sense of purpose, and while some saw it as intrusive, others saw it as an act of deep faith. His journey reignited discussions about cultural preservation, the ethics of missionary work, and the right of isolated communities to remain untouched by the outside world. The Sentinelese people remain a symbol of independence and mystery. Their existence challenges modern assumptions about progress and survival. For now, they continue to live as they always have, protected by distance, nature, and a global consensus that some places and some peoples are best left undisturbed. Last moment.
Even though I fall on the intrusive side of the argument, meaning that he was being intrusive in everything that he was doing, there's no need to beat the man down about it, though. So respect to him and what he was trying to do. I was just saying my view on it and the reasons I wouldn't do it, but obviously he had his reasons. You know what I mean? So respect to him for what he was trying to accomplish.
Caught on CCTV. The CCTV footage, taken on the evening of Saturday 16th of July, initially appears to capture a simple, carefree moment. Rebecca Press and Mark Ash are seen walking together through the streets of New Tredegar, seemingly relaxed and in good spirits. They were on their way to a local pub, enjoying the warm summer night. To the casual observer, nothing in this brief snapshot of time would suggest that anything was amiss. However, this image would soon become deeply unsettling in hindsight. Just hours later, events took a dark and irreversible turn. Press, who had spent the day drinking and had also taken a number of prescription tablets, began to display erratic behavior. Her mood, once light-hearted, shifted dramatically. At the pub, witnesses described her as becoming increasingly agitated and confrontational. Eventually, she left and returned to her mother's home in Elliotstown, a place that should have offered calm and familiarity. Mark Ash, a neighbour and friend of the family, had already returned to the house by that time. It was there that tensions quickly escalated. Press became involved in a heated argument with her mother and her brother, which prompted concern from Mr. Ash. In an attempt to bring the situation under control, he phoned the police, explaining that tensions in the house had reached a serious point. Throughout this chaos, he continued trying to de-escalate matters, acting as a voice of reason. But despite his efforts, the situation intensified. Press, in a moment of emotional volatility, went into the kitchen, retrieved a knife, and inflicted a single wound. She left the house shortly after and later sent a voice message to her boyfriend in which she acknowledged her actions. When questioned by police later that night, she acted confused, asking whether someone had been seriously hurt. In court, it was revealed that Press had a long history of legal trouble, with numerous previous appearances related to past behavior. The image of that summer evening stroll, once innocuous, now carries a haunting significance. It serves as a stark reminder of how quickly a situation can unravel, and how a single moment captured on camera can mask the deep turbulence that lies just beneath the surface.
And I keep saying, bro, like, why are we always attracted to the crazy ones? What is it about it? A good time, fun, wild, spontaneous, it'd be the same thing that be ultimately our demise. All of those traits.
And captured on camera can mask the deep turbulence that lies just beneath the surface. The mysterious cube seen above Texas. In the expansive skies above Texas, where everything seems bigger and more expansive, an unusual sighting captured the attention of witnesses and enthusiasts alike, a mysterious cube-shaped object. This sighting, reported by multiple witnesses across different locations in Texas, has sparked intrigue and speculation about the nature and origin of the unidentified flying object. The first reports came from rural areas near Amarillo and Lubbock, where residents described seeing a peculiar object hovering silently in the sky. Unlike conventional aircraft or celestial bodies, the UFO was characterized by its distinct cubic shape, with sharp edges and symmetrical sides that defied the typical aerodynamic designs of human-made vehicles. Witnesses recounted how the cube-shaped UFO appeared to hover motionless in the air. Some observers noted unusual dark markings on the surface of the object, hinting at advanced technology or unfamiliar symbols that fueled speculation about its advanced origins. News of the cube-shaped UFO spread rapidly through social media platforms and local news outlets, prompting a flurry of eyewitness accounts, amateur photographs, and videos capturing fleeting glimpses of the mysterious object.
It's like it seems to have died down, all the talks about the orbs and the drones. And remember that at the top of the year? Like, it was crazy. Now it's silence, quietness. Nobody's really, and it's almost in a sense of they're acting like it never happened. Remember that, right? That's what I'm here to do. Remind y'all.
Amateur photographs and videos capturing fleeting glimpses of the mysterious object. Amateur astronomers and skywatchers trained their telescopes and cameras on the skies, hoping to document additional sightings or gather more evidence to corroborate the reports. In the days following the initial sightings, researchers into the unknown and aviation were called upon to analyze the available data and provide insights into the phenomenon. Skeptics cautioned against jumping to conclusions, suggesting that the cube-shaped UFO could be a drone, experimental aircraft, or even a rare atmospheric phenomenon that appeared distorted under specific lighting conditions. Black cube-shaped unidentified flying objects present a perplexing anomaly in the realm of aviation. In stark contrast to conventional aircraft that rely on wings or rotor blades for lift, these mysterious objects exhibit a striking geometric precision, manifesting as flawless cubes hovering in the expanse of the atmosphere and having no visible propulsion system. The emergence of such immaculately structured forms not only defies our existing comprehension of propulsion systems and aerodynamic principles, but also poses intriguing challenges to the very foundation of engineering as we know it. The phenomenon surrounding the black cube-shaped UFOs is incredibly intriguing, with a key aspect being the abundance of credible eyewitness testimonies. These accounts stem from a wide array of sources, such as pilots, military servicemen, law enforcement officers, and seasoned observers. Their detailed portrayals consistently describe cube-shaped crafts showcasing sophisticated flight capabilities, including silent hovering and maneuvers that challenge conventional laws of physics. The diversity of these witnesses adds significant weight to the credibility of these encounters, highlighting a pattern that goes beyond mere speculation and instigates a deeper exploration into the enigmatic nature of these mysterious objects. Images and footage recorded by observers depict these mysterious entities in diverse settings and circumstances. Mysterious triangular structure
And now that I'm thinking about it even more, what if their objective was completed? Whatever was happening, whatever they were here doing, whatever was causing all of those sightings, what if the objective is completed? Which brings the question, what was the objective? What was the objective? What were they doing? And why were they allowed to do it? Because remember, they had just free access to our skies. They were met with no type of force or anything. Just saying.
melting out of iceberg. In the remote expanses of northeastern Greenland, where vast icebergs drift silently through frigid Arctic waters, an intriguing discovery was made that sparked global fascination and debate. It began with an amateur explorer, an enthusiast of satellite imagery, who stumbled upon a mysterious triangular structure seemingly emerging from the ice-covered landscape. This discovery, made possible through the lens of Google Earth, captivated the imagination of the public and ignited speculation about its origin and purpose. The individual who found the mysterious object said that they had always been fascinated by the uncharted and the unknown. Armed with a passion for exploration and a keen eye for detail, the man spent countless hours scouring satellite images of remote regions, searching for anomalies and hidden treasures that might elude the casual observer. It was during one of these virtual expeditions, while navigating the icy terrain northeast of Isotok, Greenland, that he stumbled upon the strange triangular structure. The structure appeared to protrude from the surface of a large iceberg, its geometric outlines starkly contrasting against the pristine white backdrop of the Arctic landscape. From the satellite image, it was clear that the structure exhibited precise triangular symmetry, suggesting deliberate design rather than natural formation. Its edges were sharply defined, a testament to its substantial height and solid construction. The man was initially skeptical of the discovery, considering the possibility of an optical illusion or a glitch in the satellite imagery. However, as he meticulously analyzed multiple satellite views from different angles and lighting conditions, the triangular structure remained unmistakably present, consistent in shape and position across various images. Excited yet cautious, he shared his findings with fellow enthusiasts and online communities dedicated to satellite imagery and exploration. The discovery quickly gained traction on social media platforms and discussion forums, where theories and speculations abound about the nature and origin of the mysterious structure. Some hypothesized that the triangular structure could be an ancient artifact buried within the ice, preserved by millennia of Arctic conditions and recently exposed by shifting icebergs or glaciers. The possibility of a lost civilization or prehistoric settlement buried beneath Greenland's icy veneer captured the imagination of those drawn to mysteries of the past.
Would we even know what to do if that were the case? There was a lost or not even lost, just a civilization that we didn't know about up under ice or somewhere hidden, and all of a sudden they make themselves known. What would be the protocol? What would we do? Are we prepared for that? I don't I wouldn't know what to do.
Others speculated more boldly, suggesting that the triangular structure might be of advanced origin, a relic left behind by an advanced alien civilization that visited Earth in ancient times. Proponents of this theory pointed to the structure's geometric perfection and its unexpected location within one of Earth's most remote and inhospitable regions as evidence of an otherworldly connection.